43 registered for the.
Hello, good morning. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the second and final webinar of the Starts in the City open call. Starts in the City is a Starts Residencies project. And today we will take you through the open call application process, and we will address any questions that you might have. We are here with all the different partners of the Starts in the City consortium, and you can recognize them with the colorful backgrounds. My name is Ramona, and I am the Residencies Program Manager at Gluon. Gluon is a Brussels-based platform for art, science, and technology, and also the coordinator of Starts in the City. So together with my colleague Aurélie Delaterre, we will briefly introduce you to the project. Then afterwards, we will take you through the open call platform and the application process. We will deep dive into the evaluation criteria and finally also into the evaluation process. So throughout the whole presentation, please don't hesitate to use the chat for any questions you might have. But also at the end of the session, we invite you to join one of the breakout rooms where you can ask more targeted, direct questions related to each specific challenge or regional start center. So each regional start center will be hosting a separate breakout room, and we will send the links later on at the end of the session. So in the first webinar, the partners have already briefly presented themselves. So if you are interested in that and learning more about the challenges, please go to the first webinar. You can rewatch it on the starts.eu playlist. So I now give the floor to Aurélie.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. Happy to see you again. So we will go through together some practical information on the call. So first one to tell you that the call is available on stars.eu, and this is where you can find all the supporting documents related to the call. You have the description of the call, and you will see that throughout the page you have these buttons to see the application directly, but also the guide for applicants, the challenge booklet, where you can see the description detailed of all the challenges all together, and then also an FAQ that we update regularly as long as we receive some questions. So this is really where you can find all the information. And just to tell you also that not to overload the page of the open call, you find there some summary about some sections, and really the reference for you if you want to send an application is the guide for applicants. This is really the document that you should upload and read carefully, because it is more detailed than the things that you can find on the main page of the call of the website. So this is really your reference, the guides for applicants. On this page of the open call on the website, you can see a little summary, a little description of each challenge. And of course, if you want to know more about a challenge in particular, you have to go through the page of this challenge, and you have also this information in the challenges booklet. And it's important that you go through every challenge, because every regional center has its own specificities, and even if we are working as a consortium with a harmonized methodology for the whole residency with the same open call, every challenge and every regional center has specifications about their residencies, also linked to, of course, the topic in itself, but also the places, for example, that you could exhibit at the end, the technologies that are provided, what is the type of access, what are exactly the activities that will be asked to you during the frame of the residency. if there is an event in particular that will happen, for example. Also the background of the artist, of course, because related to the topic, it can be that you are asked to have a certain experience in a specific topic. And also, of course, the expected result of the residency is linked strictly to the challenge. So it's also critical for you that you go through all the challenges and that you see what are their specificities. Now, what we offer, first some funding. So you have 40,000 euros for the residency, and we will go a little later on the details of what could be the budget of this residency. Then we offer some mentorship. So first with a local expert group. The local expert group is a group of people that have somehow a relation with the regional center, but also the challenge in particular. It is composed of an average, let's say, of 5 or 6 people, and it's a group of persons that will follow you and the residency for all the implementation, and that will provide for you some expertise, that you will create also a dialogue with this group of experts, and it is really a part of the residency that is important in our methodology. And then, the composition of this group of experts, you can see it for every challenge. And then you have also the innovation catalyst. More or less, it's the people of STARTS that are here today that will follow the residency, that will facilitate your work and also your relationship with the local expert groups, that will see with you about the interesting questions of reporting, but also to make sure that you can work in good conditions, that everything is okay, and accompany you really throughout the process of the residency and even after, to facilitate some contacts for the exhibition. So it's really your reference person inside the regional center. And then, of course, we offer network and visibility through exhibitions, conferences, lectures, some events that you could be invited in the frame of the program, and also a scale-up program that is called Starts in Motion, that you may already know, but it's a program that has been designed exclusively for STARTS and for the artists, but also the tech and researchers that lead STARTS projects, and also to allow to add value to what you propose in comparison with let's say a common business project, and so allow you also to value your specificities and what you bring as different as an artist in a project. And of course, the network of STARTS is very wide now. It's European, but it's also international, and so you can enjoy all these contacts, all these relations that we have at STARTS. So who are we looking for? Artists, very clearly. And so, or you are a self-employed individual, like a freelancer, or you are a collective of artists, but it's really a call for artists strictly. And I let now the floor to Ramona, who will talk a little about the expected outcomes.
So what we all expecting from you are different outcomes, and we hope, of course, that the outcomes will be interesting artistically, but we also hope that they are interesting in terms of prototypes. So to make clear, we do not expect you to make a complete artistic work fully finalized, but we do hope to show a presentable outcome of the residencies at various stages. part during the project, but also after the residency periods. Your regional start centers might also request to present the works or intermediary results of the work. So you can find this in the residency characteristics. And above all, it's about testing and experimenting, but also really on how we could present the outcome as an installation and as a work of art in a more museal context. Back to you, Aurélie.
Thank you. So we will go through now more in detail about the application form. So for this call, the application form is available on JotForm. So you have here the link, but you have also the link in the open call in the website many times, so it's easy to find. Let's say that it's a pretty straightforward application form. That you can come back to it, so it's not a one shot. You can save and edit your draft and make some changes, review your answers before sending it. We ask you very general information about you and at legal level, so you have these fields that are mandatory, of course, to know who you are. And in this section, we ask you also to send a CV. So it's important to prepare it in advance. And then you have the portfolio submission. So the idea is that you can we want to see, of course, a representation of your work and your experience. And so we ask you to upload a portfolio with at least 2 and maximum 5 artworks that are representative of what you do. And of course, whenever possible, link to the challenge that you are applying to. And there is a limitation of size for your PDF. So it's good to compress it just for safety, that you know that you won't have problem in the platform. Then there is a proposal and the budget. Yeah, there is a, sorry, let me just check. Okay, we come back to it. Okay, about the budget, because we received many times a lot of questions about it, so we thought it was interesting to tell you exactly what mean all these lines. So personal costs, it's really your fee, the gross salary that you would receive during the residency, and there is a restriction that it can be above 35% of the total. Then you have the travel costs. So travel costs, you have to count, to take in consideration here. If you don't live in the city or the region of the residency that you are applying to, it means that you will have to travel to go there. It depends on the regional centers, but in average, it's 6 times that we ask during the whole period of the residency. So it means that during your residency, you will have to count 6 travels if you don't live in the city of the regional center. And also, if you have to make some travels for other occasions that you have, like a field trip somewhere, that are part of the implementation of your research and your production, then you have also to include it here. Then there is a line for consumable equipment and depreciation. So it's all related really to the production of your artwork. So, but also including some research costs if you have, and the development of your work. Then you have the subcontracting line. So it's a line if you plan to contract a person like a freelance or a company that you will pay during the frame of your residency to execute or to implement a specific task, like a design agency or I don't know, some partners that you will need really to help you with the production of the artwork, then it will be a subcontracting, and so you have to include it in this line. And then you have the overhead, so it's a limit of 7%. It's the small expenses of your daily implementation, like the meals, the transport, so if you take the bus or the metro, some running costs also that you can have if you work in your own studio, like some part of electricity. So these are the current expenses of the daily implementations that you don't need to justify to us. So you don't need to, let's say, I will spend my 7% with exactly this, this, and this, because they are small expenses. But anyway, you have to keep all the invoices related to the residency, meaning that the expenses related to the overhead, you have to also keep them. But you don't have to explain to us exactly what you did with this money, as long as it is related to the implementation of the residency, of course. And these rules are the rules that are required by the Commission. So this limitation and the fact that we have to keep all the expenses. So it's a European Commission. We have to follow these rules because we are funded, of course, by Europe. So let me now go through the proposal and the challenges. So you can apply to more than one challenge. So it's a maximum of 3. And you see that in the application form, you can choose. And of course, you have to deliver a proposal, which is 2 pages per challenge. And now we will go through the evaluation criteria. So back to you, Ramona.
Thank you, Aurélie. So we are now at the stage when you are submitting or preparing your proposals, and you have until August 25th, 5 p.m. Brussels time to do that. So as a consortium, when we have closed the open call, we will check the eligibility criteria, meaning that we will check that you are an artist, you have done the proposal and written all the parts in English language, and it's complete. So when you have passed that, we are moving to the first evaluation stage, where each regional start center will be involving at least 3 internal experts from the regional start center, so meaning the local expert groups and representatives of the regional start center, and 2 external experts. External experts. So those are the ones that are really going to score your application. And from this list, we will then select 3 finalists who are going to pitch during the jury day at the Regional Start Center. So the 3 finalists to be invited to the jury day will be known by the 20th of September. So these are the different steps, and you can also find them much more detailed in the guide of applicants. So the external evaluators, they are going to look at 3 criteria. So in excellence, they are going to see how your proposal fits with the goals and the objectives defined by the Regional Start Center, and also if your proposal is feasible and sound, and if you deliver really a credible approach that's in line with the budget, the timing, and everything that is described in the proposal. So in the other criteria, in impacts, next slide. There we are really going to look at the artistic potential of your proposal, and also what is the innovative character, or how does your proposal respond to innovation in the region. So this is Starts in the City is a regional starts project, and all the regional start centers have started or have informed their challenges, starting from regional challenges defined by local expertise and local experts. So we are also looking at proposals that will really also contribute to regional innovation, and will be a strong criteria to take into account. Then in implementation, we will really look at your budget. Is it achievable what you propose within the given time frame and the budget that you made and was explained earlier on by Aurélie? We are also going to look at the link or the synergy between the technology that you propose to use, the thematics and the methodological approach that you propose. When we are also going to look at your previous work that you have been done, how it relates to either the thematics that have been proposed by the challenge or the regional start center, or the technology that is involved in. So that's quite a lot of criteria to take into account. And we would like to stress that to please focus on a very strong artistic idea, make it fit with the vision and the ambitions that have been put forward by the regional start center. So make it fit with the challenge and the expertise that they are offering and described in the residency characteristics. So here you find again the overview. So open call closing on the 25th of August, 5 p.m. Then we will go through the evaluation process. And by the 20th of September, we will inform the 3 finalists that have been selected to come and pitch for the jury days to the regional start centers. So the jury days, they will be online. So please save the dates. I guess you are all hoping to be a successful applicant and are joining this session with this ambition today. So you can find here an overview. It's also, you can find it back in the residency characteristics again, where all partners have already identified the dates for the jury days. So the jury days will be online and it will be very short. So you will have 10 minutes to pitch your proposal again to the jury members, followed by a 10-minute session of Q&A. And afterwards, a final finalist per challenge will be selected. So these are the dates. I think for Innova, it still has to be decided on which exact date it will be. But of course, we will keep you informed on the dates when you have been a successful applicant. So with that, I would like to go to the questions and invite you so we can have a 5-minute general round of questions. And afterwards, we would like to invite you to go to the breakout rooms where a representative of each regional start center will be able to answer your questions related to a specific challenge. And the breakout rooms will be open for 30 minutes, and after that, you will be redirected to the main room. I don't see any questions, so maybe we can go directly to the breakout rooms in that case.
Yes, I would love to know. I'm very interested in one that is about care and robots. Where is the residency?
Okay, this is a question for me, isn't it? Pau Alsina from ACTE. This is in the context of the research robotics center institute here in Barcelona, affiliated with the Polytechnical of Catalonia.
Yes, yes.
We have a question on the
Yes,
chat as well.
Something happened.
Sorry, Alicia, go ahead, please. I thought you.
I lost the.
No, okay. Then Anna in the chat asked if one is not registered as a freelance at the moment, but would be possible to register if selected. Can they still apply?
So I think you mean that you are not registered as a freelance artist. In this case, it's not possible. I mean, the conditions are really strict in this sense because there are the rules of the Commission for support to third parties. It's called what we are doing, and it's very limited. I mean, really framed who can apply to this kind of support. So you have to be registered.
Okay, and I just wanted to add that unfortunately our partner Innova Plus from Porto, Portugal was not able to join us today, but they will organize their own separate Q&A session if you have any special question to ask them directly. And we will give you more information on that later through our communication channels.
We can sorry, Justine, you can put the link, and the hour, because we have already when we build the session. Or if you don't have this information, I put it.
Okay, thank you, Adi.
Yeah, Innova is proposing this afternoon for this session, so I will put the link here.
Can I
talk?
ask a question?
Wait, Mikael, please go ahead. Sure.
Yeah, just a question for the funding or on the funding. The 35% of maximum for personal cost. So if you apply as a team or a collective, does this apply for the whole team, or could we like subcontract parts of the team as well? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, we know what you mean. So personal cost is really this category, so it applies to everyone in your team.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
And I see another question of Sue. What does it mean to register as a freelancer? Basically, it means that you can how do you say, émettre? You can produce some invoices. So you are registered as an artist for the tax purposes and all this kind of funny stuff in your country of residence. Does this answer your question, Sue?
Hello, I would like to have I would like to talk.
Yeah, please.
Yes, it's because, unfortunately, someone was answering my question and something went wrong from Barcelona hub. My question was about if the robots and care is the residency where is, and he said is in Barcelona. I would like to ask him if it's possible to work with holograms.
If I may, Alicia, we're going to go in breakout rooms and then you can join the active room and then you can talk directly to Pau about it, if that's okay. We'll do that in a minute. Now we're just trying to answer more general question. Okay? Is that okay? Then you can talk with Pau.
Yeah.
All right. Victoria is asking who is qualified as an artist, necessarily with the complete education diploma.
Well, that's a good question. I think is because you qualified as an artist. I would say this. I mean, there is no educational requirements for being an artist, no? I mean, at least for me, this is what I intend by an artist. I don't know if my partners agree. Okay, so you don't need a diploma.
This is the reason why we ask for this section of the portfolio. So to also see how you have been professionally active as an artist. So we qualify as an artist to see if your profession is really an artist. If that answers your question, but it doesn't need or doesn't mean you have to have an artistic background or an artistic education.
But why not? I mean, doctors have education. Why
Okay, do we
artists
have any
don't
more
have?
general question, or are you all ready to join the breakout rooms? Also, just note that you can change breakout rooms if you have an interest in several challenges and you are curious of different questions, different partners. You can go in the plus, the 3 dots, and just join another room. Yeah.
Hello, I want to ask, is there any limits on how many challenge you can apply?
Yes, it's 3.
Okay, thank you.
May I? Hello? Okay, I have a specific question about this NACE code, because my company is registered with another activity code and is not registered at artistic activities. But we have a portfolio with artistic jobs, and we did already expositions, so on. So, and I have to open another ID VIP number, or what? I can produce invoices and so on. Everything is okay about the bureaucratic things, but I don't have this 9003 NACE code.
Well, okay. Well, I'm not sure about this. Ramona, do you have more information?
I think Ramona is having some technical problems at the moment.
Okay. So I would say maybe you contact me. My email is in the open call. It's aurelie@blue1.bu, but I can, yeah, thank you, Justine. Yeah, because I'm not sure, I would have to check. Maybe, Ramona, you are back?
Yes, I heard the question. Yeah, the NACE code is, maybe you can write us more about your company and what your company exactly does. But this call is really directed towards artists. So that means that we do not accept proposals from technological companies or companies that are more working in the design field. We are really targeting individual artists here that work either as an individual artist or under a studio or a company, but that really has an artistic practice, if this answers your question.
Yes, but my activities are exactly in the middle, and for the business opportunities, I choose to record my company as a technology provider and so on. But I don't know if this is completely mandatory, or my artistic portfolio can be proving things that I'm also an artist.
Your artistic portfolio could prove things that you are also an artist. Yes.
Thank you very much.
To add on that, this is something that we will check during the eligibility check for sure. So.
Does anyone have any more general question for us? If not, yes, I guess we can.
I would like to ask.
Yes.
Maybe that was already asked, but I cannot hear very well. If I'm an artist, freelancer, but I would like to know if I need to be registered. I guess so. I'm not yet. I'm in the process. because I need to produce some bills, but I am not registered. Although I have a long career as artist. I mean, this is my question. Do I need to be registered? Yeah.
Yes, the answer is yes. Yeah, you need to.
Okay.
Isn't it something that you could do until the application, maybe?
Eventually, yeah. Eventually, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
And I have another question for the freelance artists. So does it mean applicant have to register in EU as freelance artist or any country?
Well, applicants, there is not a restriction of residency for the applicants, for the art. Is that you are able to go and travel at the regional center the time required during the residency, but this is the only restriction.
Okay, and also I still not quite sure register as freelance artists. Does it mean maybe like artists have their own registered LLC to recognize this person as a freelance artist, or what exactly does it mean? Or is there a system you can register as a freelance artist?
Yes, so basically it means that you are a freelancer, so it means that you can be contracted for doing some works, but you can also issue some invoices. So this is the basics of a freelancer. But then when you register in your national system, they will ask you the category that you work in. And then you are, let's say, linked to this category, meaning that if you are an artist, then you can't issue invoices that has nothing to do with the work of an artist. So this is to frame the professions. And also the type of work that you can do in the frame of your profession. So this is let's say automatic. When you register as a freelancer, you have to choose what is your category.
I see, got it. Thank you.
No problem.
I have a question. How do we go from here to the different places, to the different chat rooms?
So down on your screen, you should see breakout rooms. It's a little square with 4 different squares. You click on it and you have 4 proposals: Gluon, Meet, Kersnikova, and Active. As I said, you can go to one of these rooms, but then you can also change later on if you want. And just Innova is not present this morning, but they will have another session this afternoon.
Okay.
Is it clear? Yeah.
Yes. Because I see Gluons, but they have four different challenges in Gluon. But for any challenge,
you can go. For people who have partners who have different challenges, you can just go to that partner room and you can ask any question to any of the challenges.
Thanks. It's clear. Thanks.
Okay, I guess if no one has any further global question, we can proceed